You open a dating app, swipe through profiles, and start talking to someone who feels completely real. The photos look natural, the conversation flows easily, the details line up in a way that feels consistent and believable. But more users are starting to notice a disconnect between that experience and what's actually being verified behind the scenes. Because in many cases, dating apps are not confirming identity in the way most people assume. Most major platforms, including apps owned by Match Group and companies like Bumble, offer some form of verification, but these systems are typically designed to confirm limited signals, not full identity authentication. For example, a verification check might confirm that a user matches their photos in a short video. It might validate that an account behaves consistently over time, but it often does not confirm that the person behind the account is who they claim to be in a broader, real-world sense. And that creates a structural gap, a gap between perceived identity and verified identity. At the same time, the tools used to create online personas have evolved rapidly. AI-generated images can now produce faces that don't belong to any real person. Language models can help generate consistent communication patterns. Profiles can be built, adjusted, and maintained with a level of realism that wasn't possible just a few years ago. Which means the system isn't just dealing with traditional misrepresentation anymore. It's interacting with synthetic identity, profiles that appear coherent, consistent, and believable without being fully authentic. But the key factor isn't just the technology, it's the way the platform itself is designed. Dating apps operate as engagement systems. Their primary goal is to create interaction, swipes, matches, messages, and return usage. The more activity the platform generates, the more valuable it becomes from a business and growth perspective. And in that type of system, reducing friction becomes a priority. Adding more layers of identity verification introduces delays. It can slow onboarding. It can reduce the number of active users entering the system, and it can create barriers that impact growth metrics the platform is designed to optimize. So the system balances two competing forces. On one side, trust, verification, and certainty. On the other, speed, scale, and engagement. And the result is a structure where identity is often assumed at the beginning and validated, if at all, over time. That design choice shapes user behavior in subtle ways. People begin to rely on patterns instead of proof. A consistent tone, a believable story, or a familiar interaction style starts to feel like confirmation. But those signals are not the same as verified identity. They are indicators of coherence, not authenticity. And as synthetic tools become more advanced, that distinction becomes harder to detect, because the experience can feel real even when the underlying identity is uncertain. This doesn't mean dating apps are ignoring safety. Most platforms include reporting systems, moderation tools, and optional verification features. But those elements exist within a broader system that prioritizes interaction first, which means trust is not built into the system at the start. It's something users have to construct themselves. That changes how people engage. Conversations become more cautious, assumptions are delayed, trust becomes conditional instead of immediate, and in some cases, it has to be rebuilt after it's broken. Because the system itself doesn't fully provide it up front. This isn't about whether dating apps are useful or not. It's about understanding what they are optimized to do. They are optimized to create connection through interaction, not to guarantee identity through verification. And as the tools for creating digital personas continue to improve, that gap between interaction and certainty may become more noticeable, because the system can support the experience of connection without fully confirming the identity behind it. Which raises a bigger question. If trust is something these platforms don't fully establish at the start, how does that change what connection actually means? If this video opened your eyes even a little, don't let it stop here. Hit that subscribe button because the next one goes even deeper. Hit the like button so this video actually reaches more people. Go to the comment section and let me know what stood out to you or what I should test next. And share this video with someone who needs to see it before they scroll past it. Because the more this spreads, the harder it becomes to ignore what's really going on. Are you ready for the next truth test? Let's go!